Irwins, this is long awaited. I'm so excited to talk to you. How are you guys, especially in the 2020 of it all? But you do have some good news ahead. You got a baby on the way.
We do. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's looking good for 2021 in the Irwin family. We're so excited. Baby wildlife warrior is due soon, which is great, in the next few months. And everything is looking good. We're looking forward to a brighter future ahead. We just want everyone to stay safe and healthy, and we'll be on a win. But we're so happy to be talking to you.
Oh my gosh, you guys know I love you so much and so excited for the new season of your show.
Australia Zoo is still closed. Since we lost Steve, this would have to be the biggest challenge we've faced.
How much will we see on the new season of what you and the zoo went through? Because you had to close it for weeks and weeks because of the pandemic, right?
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. It was definitely one of the hardest things we've ever had to endure, but it was something that I think made us even stronger together as a family, no doubt. I mean, we were all kind of in it together and had to just get through it as best as we could. But that's a big part of the show. I mean, we were shut for a good almost 80 days with just a food bill alone of about $80,000 just to feed our beautiful animals. So getting through it all was incredibly challenging, but we got through it. We're on the other side of it now. And the zoo is just going from strength to strength. And it was really special. We were able to continue all of our wildlife conservation work as well. And there's just so many incredibly special moments in there. And I think more family moments than ever before in this season. It's really nice, yeah.
Well, I have to ask, I would imagine you have to think, I know he's always on your mind, but that you think of Steve at a time like this when you guys are persevering and then getting that zoo open again. Was he on your mind that day and through all this?
Yeah, I think if Steve had been here, we probably would have had 200 staff that would have gotten 78 days off because it took about 200 people that had to come in to take care of the animals and the gardens, and then the food team had to come in to feed them. And it was like we were still open, but we were closed. And I thought if Steve was here, he'd be doing about 800 of these jobs. So it would have been easier in that regard. But we miss him and we hope we made him proud. And I just think the fact that we persevered and got through it, and all of us in the whole world have come together as one community, and that's what we need to do. We need to stand together, and we've done that so marvelously that we're very blessed to be open. I don't mean to spoil the ending, but we reopened. We're okay.
We're all alive. We're all survived. Made it through.
Bindi, I also saw you guys recreate this gorgeous photo with your tummy and Chandler giving little baby a kiss in there that was just like the photo of when you were doing that for Robert. Why did you pick that family photo to recreate while you were pregnant?
It is one of my favorite photos ever captured of Mum and Dad and Robert in your beautiful belly. And Dad and I were there kissing Mum's belly, and it's always been one of my favorite family pictures. And so when I found out I was pregnant, I was very patiently waiting until the third trimester for us to recreate that image because it made me so happy. And it's so special for us getting ready for the next generation of wildlife warrior.
But I have to tell you, what nobody knows is that the original photograph was completely impromptu.
Yes.
So we're all walking through the zoo, and Steve said, I don't know how it's like your tummy defies gravity. And somebody had a camera, because back then we didn't have phones. So someone had a camera and he goes, no, look at this. It's like it defies gravity. And so I pull my shirt up to show my tummy. And if you look at my face, I'm like, what are we doing? And he kissed my tummy. It wasn't a photo shoot. It was just Steve marveling at the miracle.
The sheer size.
Now,
The sheer size of you.
Of me, I was a very large baby. Yes. Possibly.
Now, Bindi and Chandler, you guys, you've hit so many big milestones, the wedding and now becoming parents for the first time. Did you want to expand the family right away? Was it always the plan to have kids and to get that part of your life going quickly?
Yeah, I think for me, I've always been so excited to start a family, and I know you're going to be
Completely.
the best dad on the planet.
Oh, I'm so excited. How lucky are we that we're young parents that get to raise our daughter in the middle of Australia Zoo and get to experience everything through her eyes. I mean, we're just so excited, and it felt like the perfect time. You know, we had gotten married, we were working in the zoo, and it just felt like a great time to bring our daughter into this world.
Do we have any names picked out for baby girl yet?
It is such a tough question.
Yes.
We keep saying, I think we're going to have to meet her first. So many people have asked us, what are you going to name your daughter? And I want to be able to hold her and look at her beautiful, sweet little face, and then I think we can make a decision.
I agree completely.
Yeah. It's hard to do. It's hard to decide, and I want it to be perfect. So we'll meet her and then we'll let you know.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
We waited and met you guys and figured it out.
I know how much you guys love each other, and I can't wait to see how strong you are on the show. How much has going through all this changed your relationships with each other? I mean, Bindi and Chandler, I don't know newlyweds who have been through more than you two have.
It's been interesting.
It was a surreal experience because the day we got married was the day Australia Zoo shut temporarily. So we got married, and the very next day we were feeding 1,200 animals with no one visiting the zoo. So it was weird. It felt like the Twilight Zone.
It really did.
Yeah.
But I think that, out of all of the craziness, it has brought us even closer as a family, if that's possible. We live together and we work together, but this real challenge of a time in our lives, it brought us closer because, when our doors shut at Australia Zoo, we didn't know when or if we would open again, and it was terrifying. So trying to band together as a family, and we all took turns being the strong one. And it's important, it's important at times of crisis to come together and support the ones that you love.
Terri, what is this like for you to see? I was looking, I just love you guys so much. I'm always on your Instagrams. And Robert posted this video the other day when he was really little in Scotland. And I was just sort of thinking, they're so big. Your kids are so big now. Bindi's becoming a mom. What is this like for you? How is it feeling? Is it emotional to see them in this full-grown place in their lives?
Yeah, and it's kind of surreal because you spend years and years and years being the parent, and then you let them fledge, and you have to go, okay, now I'm just kind of a guide and not the person who says, brush your teeth, eat your vegetables. You can do that now. So I'm very proud of both of them to see Robert really flourishing with his photography. Bindi has been very science-minded with our research work. They both are kind of their own people. I'm very lucky that Bindi met Chandler because he's perfect. So that was pretty cool. Plus Chandler doesn't drink, so I have a designated driver for life. Yes.
Terri.
And just, there's so many beautiful moments. It never stops. And I said that to Bindi, when your baby is born, you go, this is the coolest thing ever. And then every turn of the clock, it just gets different and more wonderful. So it's really exciting, but it is weird looking up at Robert.
Yes.
That's weird.
Although it's not so weird for me because I do that with everyone. So
Even small children.
even small children.
I mean, you are just the shining example of how to be a family, and I see in everything you do, we all do, how much you love each other and also honor Steve in everything. This year will be 15 years since you lost Steve, since the world lost him. What do you think he would think about where you are now and how much you've overcome?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, gee, I hope he'd be proud for sure. And I think, we've definitely come a really, really long way, and it's incredibly difficult. I mean, it's really, really hard, and one of those things where, not a single day goes by that you don't just think about and wish that he was here more than absolutely anything. And especially, in 2020 with the challenges and the milestones that we faced from, seeing Bindi and Chandler getting married. I think for me personally, walking Bindi down the aisle, I just felt the whole day like this shouldn't be my job. That was his job, and it was very, very difficult, and it was probably the most emotional day of my life, just thinking about him and how excited he would have been. And then getting through that incredibly challenging time as well. I wish he was there for that. And it is really, really hard. But on the other hand, I think that it's so special that we're in this position, that we're still able to make sure everything that he worked so hard for and that he loved more than anything can continue. And that's it. I mean, Australia Zoo, that was always his biggest goal, is that wildlife conservation would be, this worldwide mission that he had. And I think it's really special that as a family, we get to remember him, honour him in absolutely everything that we do, and make sure that, that legacy never, ever dies, no matter what. And now with a new little wildlife warrior taking on the charge, he would just be insanely excited. I can't even imagine. It'd be amazing.
He'd be over the moon.
Yeah.
He would have been a good grandfather.
I will say one thing for sure is you would never have to wonder what he would have worn during any of the milestones.
True.
He would have worn khaki to the wedding.
Yep.
Khaki to the everything.
No suit involved there.
No. So God bless him. But yeah, he would be so proud of you guys and
Thank you.
the way you've grown up so amazing. And I do have that competitive feeling still with Steve. We were more alike than I realized. And now I just want things to be bigger and better and more awesome. And everything he built, we're making sure it stays beautiful, and we're growing everything from our conservation work to our hospital. Our charity work is so important, and I hope he'd be really proud.
All right, you guys, we cannot wait to watch the new season. We're so excited for you and everything. By the way, Robert, when are we getting you on Dancing with the Stars?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Robert.
I've been asking the same
I don't know.
thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd give it a go.
You'd be really good
I
at it.
don't know. I've got a good teacher. We'd see how we go.